Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How about you?
All good. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay, thank you, everyone. So today we have Hasha sir who will guide us for our Python learning. So over to you, Hasha sir.
Sir, can you give me 2 minutes? I'll start the session.
Okay. Sure.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible.
Sir, am I audible?
You are audible.
Yes. Just give me 2 minutes, sir. I'll start.
Sure. Akshay.
Sir,
What have you learned for this Google site?
the Google site, learned many things. I just explained very well to create a website and how to edit it, how to share it, etc. And Vaiga sister also explained options in insert tab in website. Not only them, and again for main options, sister explained, etc.
Yeah, very good. And
It's very interesting.
interesting. From next week,
Sir.
You will be learning Python.
Okay, sir.
So whatever you are learning and also doing with Python, you can keep updating on your website.
Okay, sir.
And also help your team members to do the same.
Okay, sir.
Kenneth, Abhishek, and then Pranav.
Yeah, sir.
So are you ready for the bridge course today at 5 p.m.?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So that after that, yeah, you can join the level 3 classes with the Hasha sir, along with the other level 3 members. And Maria,
Yes, sir.
have you conducted the interview for your level 3, level 2 student?
Yes, sir. Anne and I conducted it yesterday.
So who all have passed?
So Most of them have, but like Anna and I have to compare the results. So I think she could also say about the ones who she interviewed.
And
Yes, sir.
mm,
Actually, I had decided to make Kundan the lead instructor, but when I interviewed him, I think he is not that good to be a lead instructor because he couldn't get most of the questions right. From the people I interviewed, I think Angelina did her best.
oh, Angelina. Oh, I see.
Yeah. And Bharat and Sipinath, they also did well, but Kundan was like he was very nervous, I think. He couldn't get most of the questions right.
I see. Thank you. Yeah, Maria.
And so for the left three members, Jaswin, Olivia, and Nitish, they also did well. Jaswin did the best out of these three. Olivia also did well, although Nitish was a bit confused, perhaps nervous, but still they did well.
I see. What about Gotham? Have you conducted the interview?
So we conducted interview for Nehal. His explanations were good, but we thought the code seemed like AI generated. And there's one more member in our group, and she had a sports tournament. So we'll be conducting her interview today. She requested, and we'll be conducting it today.
What's her name?
Kampu.
Okay. Tanishka, have you conducted?
Yes, sir. Day before yesterday, I conducted the interview for level 1 students.
Level 1.
Only 6 members attended the interview submitted their project out of 20 members. And then out of 6, I think 2 members passed.
Who are they?
That is Yuga and Sumaya. Like
Mm,
Yuga was a bit nervous, but during the classes he was so active, and I think he knew most of the things.
mm,
But during the interview he was a bit nervous. Sumaya did well, and I asked a few of the questions just to know whether she know anything from level 2. But she didn't. But she was sure of all the things that she had learned in level 1.
Okay. Yeah, Haja sir. Yeah, go ahead.
So good afternoon, all. Hope you had a good weekend. Okay, so I'll start with the plan for the level 3. Level 3 is as follows. So we'll go through like dictionaries and arrays in one topic. So we'll go the basics of dictionary and basics of arrays. And after that, we'll go for introduction to functions. This introduction to functions is advanced topic for functions. So we'll see like how we can use functions in order to create object-oriented programs in Python. Then we have the parameters like return values and those values to see, so that whenever we write advanced functions, right? So we need to have a clear understanding on these return values. Then we have this scope of the variables, like in functions, like you need to understand how variables plays a major role. So for that reason, like we need to understand in topic 5 of variables. Then function concepts. Similarly, as I told, right, we need to have some advanced knowledge on functions in order to have a object-oriented programming. So after that, we need to have error handling for each of the functions which you have written. So this will cover 7 hours topic on level 3. So first, I'll summarize this one. We learn about dictionaries and arrays. Then we learn about advanced topic on functions. Then how to return the values inside the functions. Then how these variables can be utilized inside the function. Then error handling inside the functions. So this will be the topic for level 3 Python. Yes, sir. Was there any doubt? Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Initial plan is that once you're done with this level 3 is that there are two paths after completing level 3. One is for web development. That is like using Flask, you can develop web applications. Other path is that use of artificial intelligence. So that is the second path. So using the Python codes itself, we'll go through different modules and we'll learn AI through this Python. So this is the initial plan as of now. Sir, can you add on a little bit about the plan structure, like how we have discussed? We need to have the group leaders team to end level 1, level 2, and level 3.
Yeah. So as I shared with some of the leaders, instead of having the Python course, we want to create Python teams. And then within the team, you can have the course to help the members learn Python, either level 1 or level 2. Yeah. But those who have reached the level 3, Harsha sir will conduct the course for you. But for level 1, level 2, within the team, you can manage. For example, the Tanishka team. So one team, and then say Maria and another team, and then Ashrid, and then Waiga another team, Leo, and then Gotham another team. Say 4, 5 teams we can create. Now, for example, Tanishka's team, we will assign the new members or the repeated members. For level 1 and the level 2, they all join Tanishka's team. And then Tanishka will also have someone who can teach others together, either from level 2 or level 3. So together, you will make a plan to teach your members. So when you teach your members, it shouldn't be like before. That is conducting 1-hour class and then giving the assignment, and the members submit assignment and then receive the mark, and then thinking that they know that. Yeah, but actually later when we ask, they don't know. Yeah, because just for the sake of submitting assignment, they studied. So the knowledge doesn't go into their mind. So at the end, they don't know Python. So we should not repeat that kind of teaching method. Instead, you can teach the Python by giving them the project of their own. It should be unique. They should not copy from ChatGPT, or they should not copy from other codes. The scenario itself should be very unique. For example, I was happy to see the Leo as he's traveling to Korea, and he has applied for his visa. Then he created a visa confirmation application. I was surprised. Like this, he didn't copy from elsewhere. His own idea came and he implemented. It's very easy to copy what others have done. Just linking, get the link and put it there, or copy the whole and then change a few parameters. That's not our work. It should be your own. It is okay, even if your work is not so much fancy. I don't want something fancy. I want something very genuine. So when it is your own project, then you apply what you have learned in many different ways. So for assignment, you make one and submit and you forget. But for project, you make differently, A, B, C, D, different versions you keep making because you like to make. And then you keep sharing in the team. And you encourage each other. Wow, that's a wonderful idea. I could learn. What about you? Yeah, I did this one. So much of sharing of their own works. That way, we want to encourage each team to learn Python practically, not theoretically, practically. So here the role of the leaders, team leaders are very important. If you run the team learning through, like assignment submission, it will be same. No one will learn. But you run the team, the project-based learning. Then see each person is really taking interest and making their own and sharing like this. Then after 3 weeks, you will see the change. 4 weeks, you will see the change. After 2 months, you will see big changes. Then that becomes the strength of your team. Then Haja sir will give after 7 weeks some easier the project for your team to complete. And you share among the team members. Then team members contribute and then complete the project and team project. Yeah. And then again, after say 1 month or 2 months, then the Haja sir can give one mega project. That means all teams should contribute. All members should contribute for that project. And then that becomes we completed together. Yeah, that kind of project-based learning we want to introduce. Yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is, as I said, Haja sir will help level 3 students to skill up. So Haja sir already showed you the topics he's going to cover. So he will teach you those topics. And then also he will help the leaders to learn the web programming and AI programming so that those leaders can help team members to learn what they have learned. Yeah. So Haja sir, anything to add?
Sir, as you told, like it was project-based training. So I just wanted to give the pictorial representation, like how it will work. So I'll be teaching the level 3 students like over here, based on the various topics. And I do assign some of the projects questions for them, like this kind of requirement I have, and you need to complete this many requirements. What have you learned as of now? So you'll identify those questions and you can assign those to level 2 students. These are like marked in light yellow, right? So as of now, like I'm just representing. There are 7 students who has passed and 3 students who are not for level 3, right? So if it is all 10 goes for level 3. So we can divide that group into, let's just say, 3 groups. So 3, 3, 3, and 4. And then these all one group, right? I'll assign one task for them, one project for them. So you can identify the problem statement. And you can identify like what you've learned in level 2 and level 1, right? You can give those tasks to level 2 students who can manage those. You'll be knowing like your level 2 juniors, right? So you have the idea like what they know, and you can assign the task to them. Once they've completed, they'll first you'll give the task to them. So you have assigned task to them. So further, like some of the level 2 students whom you found proficient in order to teach level 1. So they can recommend you some of the level 1 students who can work on this project. So you can assign that task to level 1 students also, like a small task, like which they have learned your variable assigning and those kind of things. For example, I gave. So once that is done, right? So they have to report back to you. So this is the student 1 of level 1 has completed his task and he will report to you. So he'll give that output to you. and then so on. Everyone will give. You have to make sure that it's a complete package, and you have to give the output. So this is your task, like project based one. Like we'll work like a company, how they work. For example, like this is your team lead in a company. There will be a team lead. There will be engineers. Then there will be senior engineers. So this is how like software companies and other companies work in order to complete a module. So team lead is given with one task. So they assign this task to their below members. So once that is completed, everything is packaged, and team lead will take the responsibilities and submit the project as a whole. So this is just the representation. Any doubts as of now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Tanishka?
Sir, the team leaders, are they just going to assign the work and then guide others? That's it?
Yeah, you'll assign and guide the others, and you have to make sure that it is also completed.
So, like, we are not going to do anything there. The level 1 and level 2 students will be doing it.
Can you repeat? I didn't understand.
So, like team leaders, they are going to just guide others and assign the work. They'll not be taking part in the project which you have given.
No, the part you have assigned, right, to the student, he has to complete and give it back to you. You can help him and guide him, but he has to complete and give it to you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Let's ask many questions over here. For example, the level 1 students, they newly joined, many of them. So they don't know anything about Python. And suddenly, if a task is given to complete, then they may not know what to do. So what should we do?
Sir, for that reason itself, like we need to assign them like what they know, like assigning variables and some operators, like mathematical operators, which they have learned. They can do the small parts as a group. They can combine as a group. It's not individual students. They can combine as a group and they can work on.
So this combined group 1 to 3, they newly joined. Say today they joined. So if we ask them to create variables, they don't know variable itself. So
Yes.
what should we do?
Sir, for that, we need to give them tasks like after they completed some modules, like let's just say 5 years they completed. After that, we can give them
5 years, are they going to study and
5 hours, 5 hours in the sense like 1 hour module which will be taken every week. So after 5 weeks, we can give, sir.
So for 5 weeks, what should they do?
Sir, for level 1, it will be similar to like what they're doing before itself, because like we can't directly give them the projects.
So then each team should come up with a training plan for their new members.
Yes, sir.
So now then, the team leaders, do you have any question over here?
So basically, so what I understood was, like, just to confirm, what I understood was for level 1 students will be having like the way we had classes previously, like on every Fridays, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sure,
That will be team by team, not as a whole. Now team will be more independent.
Okay.
So at the end, team should ensure that your members are all sincere and also took interest, and also they are genuine, not copying from the ChatGPT. So whatever task given, creatively, they should be able to complete the work.
Yes, sir. And one more thing, sir. Harsha said that we'll have about 5 hours of coursework for level 1. Just an example, I guess he said we'll have 5 hours before giving them any kind of new tasks. So let's say they did complete the 5 hours, and how are they going to move into level 2, or is that only like, are the tasks which they are going to get related to those 5 hours, or will they keep gaining knowledge every week?
Last part, can you repeat, Ashit? Like your voice was breaking.
Yes, sir. So my question was, you said they'll have 5 hours of course material, right?
Okay.
So my question is, are they going to, learn every week and improve their knowledge, or they'll learn for 5 hours, then do some projects and again learn for 5 hours?
No. They'll be continuously learning. As like I just gave an example. That 5 hours, like it's not a stop point. Like we have to give project at 5 hours and we can continue next. No, they'll keep on continue their learning like till the level 1 is completed.
Okay.
So at the end of the level 1, what we do is like we just give the assignment or task, right? So based on that only, like we are passing them to level 2 instead of taking that assignments or test. So it's like similar one, but we can complete the module like what they've understood and we can get to know, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And also what I anticipate is if level 3 leaders alone complete the project and then submit the course to Harsha sir, it may work first time or second time, but after that, it may not work because everything will be on only one person. And the person, when the project gets bigger and bigger, cannot do the things alone. So for a team to become healthy and fruitful, the team leaders should have a very good system to train the members and then improve their skills. Then later, they become your co-workers working together.
Yes, sir. What you told is right. Because like we can't give like maintaining level 2 and level 2 like for 2 persons over there. So it will be a task like if in future like more member of people increases in level 1 and level 2, handling those for them it will be very hard. So for that reason we have come up with this structure. So
and then when each team submit the completed module, Harsha sir will evaluate not only the module you submitted, but also each member of your team, how much they have contributed and how much they have understood. So basically, he's going to evaluate more than the project result, but your team members, your team's capability. And then accordingly, he will give a next project. If team leader alone understands the codes and then project, that means team leader alone completed the project. In that case, Harsha sir's next project will be very limited because he understood that only one person actually worked. But the other team, he sees that everyone slightly, gradually improving, then he can give a bigger project to the team because he has confidence that the team can take it up. I want to hear from the, okay, Tanishka.
Harsha sir, like you told that the newly joined members. So for the first 5 classes, they have to learn, and after that they can participate in the project. So who will be guiding them? How are they going to learn?
So it's like each level, right? So members, team leaders from level 3 and level 2 will be guiding them. So would be taking the classes, right? So they'll be guiding them. And team leader, which I mentioned, who is working in level 3, so they'll make sure that they'll complete that assigned task.
It is up to the team how you arrange the training sessions for your members, including the new members for level 1 and the old member for level 2 and even level 3. So either you can conduct a class for everyone, or again, you can divide into sub-teams and then let the assistant leaders to take care of others. And again, meet together and then evaluate. It's up to each team. And however, every Sunday, 4 o'clock, we will gather here and each team will share how you are running the training program, what are the good things or what are the weak things, how we can improve. So we will share what we are doing, and also we will learn from others how we can improve our team's training sessions.
In order to add a point on what Sir told, right? So I'll mention, I'll take the class for level 3. So let's just say in a week, I'll start with Tuesday or something. So Wednesday, a level 3 leaders would be there, right? They'll take the class for level 2 or level 1. And then like if assistants they take, right, for level 1 they can take. And at the then Saturday, Sunday, we'll meet everywhere. But I'll be there to observe like how it's going on for level 2 and level 1. The classes would be taken by leaders as well as the assistant leaders.
And here in WeJump, I see some students, they are not interested in programming. They are only interested in Canva and some graphics. In that case, they don't need to join this Python course. They can learn those things in their offline classes. But whoever has joined this online Python learning program, then they must dedicate to improve their Python skills and then actively participate in this Python project. So it is also the responsibility of the team leaders to identify some students who just heard about Python and then, yeah, I'm interested, but never pay attention. In that case, we need to request them to leave. Yeah, they should not stay and then spoil others' interest. Yeah, that's also the responsibility of the team leaders. But at the end, if you send out everyone and only you alone remaining, that is also not good. As a leader, as much as possible, you need to inspire them to have interest. It is easy to cut them out. Yeah, just be strict. Yeah, from first till the end, be strict, and that you didn't pass, so you are out, 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 and then I'm alone. Then that is also not a teamwork. Also, let's hear from our new members to Python learning program. So, Lasia, do you have anything to ask or share?
No, sir.
Then the Pragna, do you have any question?
Sir, like we will divide into teams, right?
Yeah, we'll divide into teams.
So each team will have each leader to conduct class, like level 3 members.
Yeah, level 3 members from Karnataka will guide each team members with the level 2 members.
Sir, today is the starting of Python class or next week?
Today is a bridge course for a few level 3 students, and then we may need 1 more week, yeah, to prepare. So mostly with the level 3 and level 2 students. And then this week, we will only announce the teams. Then each team can have team meeting on Friday.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Pragna, you asked a very good question. I appreciate. In WeJump, I appreciate most is not students who give answers. They're also good. I really appreciate students who give questions.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. Any other? Sana, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Thank you. Then Akshay, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Then
Sir, actually,
Sana?
in my group one there is a Sahasra. She is not at all like she's not created one site also from first class. She is not attending. Plus, she is not submitting the sites means like website, and she's telling that she can't able to share her screen. I explained too many times, sir. She's telling that only.
Yeah.
So what I had to do, sir?
Yeah, so that is also a good point. So then such case, you can discuss it with your team leader, so level 3 leader. And then again, level 3 leader can tell me, then I will check with the student teacher. And then teacher will try to help the student. But if the student is not properly responding, then the team leader can remove the student from the group.
Okay, sir.
Sir, group or class?
Group will have classes.
Yes.
So the student will be removed from the group. And then the student can join the school's offline WeJump classes, but not online classes. And then another question I have from my discussion with Leo, and then Kotam also said that one student understood the things, but the code seems it was from ChatGPT. So although not everyone will do that, few students may copy what others have done or what AI has done. Yeah. So how can we handle those? How can we help the students to do by themselves?
So
Yeah.
one way we have been doing right now is using like just like the interview here, we can make them share the screen and write the code. But it does like it does have some cons, disadvantages. That is, it is going to waste a lot of time for both the people.
Right.
So I would also be open to look at what others say right now.
So here, when your team members have completed the task given, in your weekly meeting, you can question. You can question them. So how they could complete it, what is the logic behind, and then few technical questions you can ask to make sure that the student did it by himself or herself. Yeah. Because at the end, our objective is not completion of the project. Our ultimate objective is the improvement of each team members. Yeah. Because when team members improve their skills, they can do any kind of the project. But they are copying from somewhere and they somehow submit the end result. It works, but no one has improved. Then the team cannot do anything in the future.
Just a question for the leaders. Like as sir told, like you're going through others' code and you found out that they copied from ChatGPT. How did you identify that it's from ChatGPT? Can like anyone who has found out can explain it to me?
Yeah, Kotam.
Yes, sir. Firstly, the code had many things which weren't discussed in class, and I checked using a model in ChatGPT which detects if the code has been written by ChatGPT, and it gave the results as it was by ChatGPT. And during the interview, when we asked questions about them, he referred to not is equal to exclamatory mark is equal to as expressing emotion, so we came to the conclusion that he had copied from AI.
Okay, so you already found the problem and like solution for that also. Like like how they're copying from the ChatGPT. Next is that like we have to make sure that they don't do that one. So when we question them, right, they would be caught. So like we have to make sure that they learn the concept and do that one. It's not kind of copied and we have to find out that where they are lacking that one. Did they understand the concept? If they understood the concept, like are they able to implement that one? Are they having the capability to implement that studied content? So we have to make sure that it's there in that.
So the thing is, some of them don't manage their time properly and try to work at the last moment. I found this in both pioneers and the students, as they repeatedly said that they didn't have time for the project.
Okay. So what we'll do is like we'll add a timeline for that one. This period of time they did this, they did this. They can mention that one, right, in the code itself as a comment.
Yes, sir.
So we'll get to know that we can like these are just simple solutions. Like we can think of some other things in future.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Tanishka, you were about to say something.
So, Harsha sir asked, how did you find out that the members copied? Like in level 1, I found someone like that. So during the interview, my first question was about the code which she has submitted, and then she told that she didn't know anything about it. And I asked her, but you have mentioned that in your code, and she told, no, I don't know anything about it. And many times she did that. So I was able to make out that she copied it from ChatGPT.
Okay. So now it is up to the leaders. Leaders know such cases. So you can, yeah, Kenneth?
Yes, so adding on to that, I think we can also have ask questions after the classes. So if they have to know the programming or know the thing, they have to know the logic, first of all. So they can't copy the logic from ChatGPT. I mean, it's not that easy. So maybe like some questions where it puts up a scenario. So we have to find out the problem, and for that they have to understand the logic, and then they have to break down the problem and then give the solution.
Yeah.
So we can find out whether they understood the concept.
It is okay, Maria.
So I'm just adding on to the point that Ashit said before that we could have them do the code in the meeting, but then it would take much time. But instead of that, we could ask them the logic, what they are going to use in a small discussion. They could say that how they're going to solve it.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Instead of checking after the submission, we sit together with them as a team, and then this is a scenario for our project. Now, how are you going to solve it, you ask? Then either everyone becomes silent, meaning they don't know. And then you have to teach them again from the beginning. But some of them will say, oh, Maria, why don't we use this one or that one? Then, okay, very good. Go on. And what about others? What do you say? Yeah. That means we need to give this kind of a function or variable. Yeah, this logical looping, all those things. Yeah, then that team meeting becomes like a project solution meeting. Yeah. So you haven't written any code, and while discussing fast, you don't have time to check in the ChatGPT and the copy. Is verbally you are discussing and then verbally writing the code, and then overall logic flow you have completed. Oh, then good. Then the first part, okay, Kenneth, will you be in charge? Yeah, understood. Yeah, I will prepare. Good. Lasia, how about this one line? Can you write? Yeah, I will write. But if I need help, I'll get back to you. Very good. Now, next two lines. Pragana, can you? Yeah, I will try my best because I understood what my role is there. Yeah, like this, if you can have that kind of session first, then everyone understand the project, everyone understand his or her own role, and then try to build the code. Yeah. So the finding out fault at the end is easy. You just run in the ChatGPT and ask, is this built by ChatGPT? ChatGPT will say, yes, I did last night. Yeah. Then easily you can catch. But in WeJump, that's not our way of working. We are not like a police. Yeah. Instead, we are the team. So before going to that end, in advance, you work as a team, helping each other, helping them to come up with a better logic, understanding, and yeah, like this. Then later, when everyone can contribute and trust each other, it's a lot easier and a lot more interesting to run the project. Otherwise, leader just distribute the work and then wait to catch the fault. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. So leader should help the in advance, need to do a lot of work with the team. Waiga,
Yes, sir.
what is your experience when you help the Telangana children to learn the Google site?
The first thing I understood is that they are not at all like me.
Huh? What do you mean?
They are far more like interactive
Yeah.
and like they speak up whatever they want, no matter it is wrong or right.
Yeah, right.
And they ask all the questions. Like before leaving the class, I think they clear most of their doubts.
Very good. I think that's a very good attitude. In fact, I'm speaking now to Telangana students. Sana, Lasia, and then Akshay, Pragna. When you learn this Python, you ask many questions until you really understand. That's very important. And then your role as now members and asking many questions and trying your best to understand it, to make it your own. That attitude will influence other members. So your role is very important. Yeah, imagine after 3 months, you understood many parts of Python and how it works and what kind of things it can do. You understood after 3 months, after 6 months, after 1 year, and more you understood. And it has become like your toy. You can make many things with this. Then even if I want to, I say, oh, stop, it's too much. But you will say, sir, I need to do it. I really like it. No need to force, no need to check the assignments or other interviews, no need, because you really like it. So that kind of culture we need to create among ourselves. Puranava.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so based on what you have learned so far, what can you create? It doesn't need to be so big, small thing, what you can really create based on what you have understood. Can you tell us?
So can you repeat the question, sir?
You
Your
have
voice was-
learned Python, and what you have learned is very basic. But with those basic, what kind of application can you make?
something which is needed for the so
With
something which is
tell me.
so something which is needed for the public.
Pranav, to add to that, like sir is asking, like if you have some application, right? So my Python code, it has to run this way. So it's in your hands as of now. The Python code is in your hands. Like how we are using, like what is your application? What do you want to do from that one? Sir is asking, like, can you give some examples of that?
Sir, your voice is breaking. My internet is not stable. Can you repeat?
Okay. Sir has like you've learned so many Python concepts, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
these concepts, using these concepts, what can it derive out of it? It can be real world application or your problem statements and those kind of things. Like what can you derive? One example, sir is asking.
Sure. A program in which you can use it as a something like your assistant or something like that, like for a basic life which you needed for your making a schedule and reminding you, etc.
Okay, thank you. What about Anne? What do you think you can make?
So I think we can make some simple games using the basic things we learned. We can use the input function and then also we can make kind of a calculator things. Yeah, and maybe we can also do a list that we have to finish, like a to-do list.
Yeah. So let's have a kind of a habit to create something new with what we have learned. Do not copy from others. You can learn, You can learn from what others have done, but when you write, it should be yours.
To add to that point, sir, what told, right? Others have already written the code, we are completely copy and take. So that doesn't make sense. He has written the code because he wants that code to work that way. But in your case, you want your code to work in your way. Just copying doesn't make sense. So have the clear mind that understand those codes, take the references, make it in such a way that it's according to your application or your needs.
Yeah. For example, if I send one student to a design center, designing the clothes. So I send the student to the design center to make the shirt. Yeah. But he didn't study. Instead, what he learned was, here is a Nike logo. And he learned the skill to change it to Adidas logo. And then the next semester, again, he learned another skill to change the logo to Puma logo. So he didn't learn how to make the shirts. He only learned just buy and then change the logo and then saying, I did it. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. But if you learn how to make one shirt, you can make variations, many different kinds of clothes you can make. When I was working with a company before joining Christ University, I was an engineer there for 8 years. And I joined without engineering background, without knowing any coding, I joined. Then the work was too much. Then I bought programming book and then studied alone. And then this manual work, I automated. So no one taught me, but from the book I learned. And then it was not easy to directly apply to my office work. Then I have to spend much time to understand how I can apply what is written in the book into my actual work. Yeah. It is easy to just type whatever is written in the book, which is copying, isn't it? And then press the button and it gives a result. But that is not the actual solution. Real work is, it is there. The standard code is there, but it cannot be directly applicable to my real life scenario. Then I have to think a lot how it can be used and then use it to solve my real life problem. Then I spend a lot of hours to make a very small line of code, very short, maybe 5-6 lines, for which I spent many nights. Yeah. But finally, it was working to solve my problem. Wow, then I was so happy. Then I went for next module. Then the 100 hours of manual work was done in 10 minutes. Can you imagine 100 hours of work? You just click the button, it runs, and I went for chai and the pakora and came back. It was done. Yeah, then it was like a magic. Then the people asked me, can you make for us? Can you make for us? Then it was not actually my work. Coding was not my work. I was doing some other work. But the company, knowing that I was able to, they asked me, stop all the other works and then keep developing software. So I made around 30 softwares for Oracle. That's a very big company to use globally across the world. They could use my application. So see here, I was not a programmer. Number two, I didn't just copy what is written in the book. Instead, I spent time to apply to my work to serve it. When it was done, then second work, third work, fourth work. Then whatever work given, it was so easy for me. While discussing with the people, they say, we have this problem, we have this process. I'm just listening, and then already in my mind, code is written. You don't need the computer also. Just listening, okay, I will use this function, I will create that function, I will create this library, I will connect it. Let them speak, but I will write in my mind the whole code. So after 1 hour discussion, I open my computer, and whatever is written in my mind, I just type and then finish. So that kind of joy I want you to have. But if you keep copying from ChatGPT or whatever, and they're showing that, sir, I did, you will never learn that. That joy you will never have. Yeah. So I want you to make your own, challenge it and solve it, and then you improve and you will have the joy. Kenneth, will you do?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Even student can do. Yeah. For me also, it was not my job, but I did. So you also can do many things you can do once you are familiar with how to use Python programming to solve your problem. And when you see, oh, it works, then you will challenge another problem. And then you already become a good programming engineer. I don't mean that everyone should be a software programmer. No. Waiga, you can continue to be an artist, fine artist. But fine artist with the programming skills, oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, sir.
And then Pragna,
Sir,
you can be a volleyball player, no problem. But with the programming skill. What's
okay, sir, sure.
your dream?
Actually, my dream was IAS.
Yeah, you be an IAS officer. Yeah, I appreciate. But with the programming skill, can you?
Sure, sir.
Yeah, you should. You should. Because you can help so many people with that skill. You will
Yes,
be an expert administrator, public civil administrator, and programmer. Then
sure, sir. And it will also help me to start.
exactly. Oh, exactly.
Thank you, sir.
What about Sana? What is your dream? Yeah, we couldn't hear. Then Akshay, what is your dream?
My dream is to become a cricketer.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, cricketer like Mr. Dhoni.
Yes, sir.
And then with the programming skill.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Very good. What about Maria? What's your dream?
So my dream is to become a chartered accountant.
Oh, CA.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, with the programming skill. Okay. Waiga?
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, I want to be a pilot.
Oh, pilot. Wonderful. Yes. I know one person. He was a senior most the officer in a bank in USA. Very high officer in the bank. So he could have hired many programmers, but interestingly, he himself learned the programming. Apart from, he is already in decision-making status, position. He doesn't need to do that, but he learned it. Then the software, the bank software, what the engineers have made and what he has made, the efficiency, huge difference. Because these engineers don't have eyes to see the big picture of the bank. But this senior most person, he knows in and out of whole bank system. So the program what he made was the most efficient. Yeah. So pilot with the programming skills, you can make a big difference.
Sure, sir.
Because you know this flight system in and out. Yeah. What about Tanishka? What's your dream?
Like I'll be thinking about it always from past 2 years. Like I'm thinking about it. I think I have interest in politics.
You are interested in
Politics.
politics. Wow, that's great. Oh, that's great. Because I have kind of feeling sorry when the minister of say electronics and computer science don't know anything about computer, because they are just close to prime minister. They became the minister and they don't know anything about it. Then that's a pity. But you become the minister of the science or electronics or whatever, and then with this programming skills, wow, then you can easily identify who can do the best job for India and for the world. So I insist you to learn it. Okay. Very.
Yes.
So I'm so happy today that everyone has a different different dreams. Yeah. Some we will see Waiga flying like this. Oh, Waiga hi. Yeah. And then also we will see somebody, it's an IAS officer, somebody in hospital, doctor, somebody in school teaching, somebody in the was that New Delhi, the parliamentary building. What is that parliamentary building name? Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, whatever. Yeah. So you there. Or who knows? We will have a Prime Minister Tanishka.
Yes, sir.
Oh, who said yes, sir? Akshay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Who knows? So everyone has your own dream. Okay. I don't want everyone to become the engineers, programming engineers. You have your dream. But you grow to be, you have this programming skill, AI programming skills. That's much needed. So Haja sir will help us to learn Python programming, web programming, AI programming, along with your dreams. Haja sir, what was your dream when you were young?
My dream was to become like kind of scientist, sir.
Oh, okay. And what is your dream now?
I do feel that I'm the scientist because I'm studying in all domains. It's not just limited to coding itself.
Yeah. So
because as of now, the coding, it's not limited to like write the lines of code. It's combining each and everything we learn into together, and we are building something.
Right. So whatever project I give to him, he does wonders. Many things are new to him, but immediately he studies and he becomes the master. Wow. Every time I'm amazed how he can do that. And then my dream is WeJump. And WeJump for me is you. Yeah. You are my WeJump. So when I see each of you jumping high, jumping far, and jumping to help others, then my dream is coming true. Thank you, Akshay, for your clapping. All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone, and have a great time. Now, 3 of you remain with the Hasha sir and then continue.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
네,
Thank you, sir.
고맙습니다. 네,
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.